Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stay thin without effort, while others struggle just to keep the weight off? For years, the conversation around weight focused almost entirely on willpower. But according to experts at Harvard Health, the truth is far more complex. It's a dynamic interplay of your genes and the world you live in. Let's start with the basics. Your weight depends on the number of calories you consume, how many of those calories you store, and how many you burn up. If you consistently burn all the calories you consume in a day, you will maintain your weight. However, if you consume more energy, calories, than you expend, you gain weight. These excess calories are stored as fat within specialized fat cells, or adipose tissue. Your body stores this fat by either enlarging the fat cells already present or by creating entirely new ones. The good news is the reverse is also true. If you decrease your food intake or exercise more, your body will reduce some of your fat stores. When this happens, those fat cells shrink, along with your waistline. Now let's talk genetics. Although weight management seems like a simple math problem, your genetic makeup heavily influences both your behavior, like the types of food you choose, and your physiology, such as how fast you burn calories. To date, more than 400 different genes have been implicated in the causes of overweight or obesity. These genes contribute by affecting critical processes like appetite, satiety, that sense of fullness, metabolism, food cravings, body fat distribution, and even the tendency to use eating as a way to cope with stress. The strength of this genetic influence varies wildly. For some people, genes account for just 25% of the predisposition to be overweight. But for others, the influence can be as high as 70% to 80%. For example, if both of your parents have obesity, your own likelihood of developing obesity is as high as 80%. Most of us, about 85%, carry so-called thrifty genes. This was an incredible advantage for our ancient ancestors, those who could store body fat during periods when the prey escaped or the crops failed, lived, and those who couldn't perished. But today, these genes are a curse. We live in a world where food is readily available around the clock, and we don't even have to hunt or harvest it. These thrifty genes are constantly pushing us to conserve energy and store fat in an environment where we don't need to. While genes are the forces inside you, the dramatic rise in obesity rate since the 1970s is too fast to be explained by genetics alone. Experts think that environmental factors, the outside forces that make us more likely to eat too much or exercise too little, are the driving force. This environment begins early. Researchers call some influences fetal programming. Babies of mothers who smoked or had diabetes during pregnancy are more likely to become overweight later in life, perhaps due to altered metabolism. After birth, breastfed babies who are fed for more than 3 months are less likely to have obesity as adolescents. On a daily basis, the food environment dominates. Between 1971 and 2000, the average American man and woman added significant calories to their daily intake. This is driven by 3 key factors. Availability. Food is everywhere. Shopping centers, stadiums, rest stops, convenience stores. We've also shifted our habits. In 1970, we spent 27% of our food budget eating away from home, but by 2006, that had risen to 46%. Portion sizes have absolutely ballooned, a trend that spills over from fast food to cookies, sandwiches, and steaks. A single, supersized meal may contain 1,500 to 2,000 calories, which is often all the calories most people need for an entire day. The inactivity factor. Our culture doesn't prioritize activity. The government recommends an hour of moderate to vigorous exercise a day, but fewer than 25% of Americans meet that goal. We drive everywhere, work long hours sitting at a computer, and have cutbacks in physical education classes for children. Even our one-stop megastores encourage inactivity. We park close, wheel our purchases, and drive home. Finally, our chronic stress and sleep deprivation promote weight gain. Time pressures, whether for work, school, or family, often lead people to eat on the run and sacrifice sleep. The less you sleep, the more likely you are to gain weight. Lack of sufficient sleep tends to disrupt the hormones that control hunger and appetite. The very act of eating irregularly and on the run may disrupt the brain's biological clock that helps regulate hunger and fullness signals, making it harder for the body to keep weight steady. Understanding this complex interplay, your genes, the food environment, and your modern, high-stress lifestyle is the crucial first step toward finding successful, sustainable weight solutions. What's one change you're going to make to counter the obesogenic environment?